Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Nate here, and I'm bringing you some Call of Duty World at War gameplay. And that's what this commentary is going to be about. Obviously, you can see from the title. It's going to be the good, the bad, the ugly about Call of Duty World at War. If you didn't see it, I started a series. I started with Call of Duty 4. I kind of did like a brief background on Call of Duty 3, and then went to COD 4. And I said all the good stuff that I liked about it, and some of the bad stuff that I wish they would have fixed, or the stuff that I don't want to see in future Call of Duties, such as Advanced Warfare. And I do realize that Advanced Warfare is it's already pretty much on the disc. There's nothing that they could really do too huge. They can patch some weapons, they can take out perks, but they're not going to be able to take out the double jumps and all that stuff. They've just worked 3 years on the game. There's no way that they're going to change it that much. But anyway, one absolutely horrible thing that I hate about World at War is the fact that they had almost no innovation at all when you compare it to Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4 had a lot of innovation. They had the kill streaks, they had a lot of the perks, bunch of weapon attachments, not as many as they could have had, but kept it interesting enough. There's a lot of people out there with like 40, 50. I've seen up to like 90 days played as I take myself out real quick with the noob tube because I'm the best. And the reason I was using the noob tubes is because I just had no idea what they were like. I didn't know if they're overpowered, underpowered, and I just unlocked it, so I decided to throw it on. Hands up, they're alright. Not overpowered at all, I don't think. But yeah, World at War didn't have much innovation. They kept the perks the same. You just have 3 perks, and they're pretty standard. In fact, I think they made them worse. Just with the balancing, they had some perks in different slots. Second Chance was a lot more popular. It still wasn't the most popular. A lot of people still did use like steady aim, extreme conditioning, and all that good stuff. But a lot of people started to use like the Martyrdom and the Second Chance and Juggernaut. And it seems like more people in the game, well, at least when I played, more people used Juggernaut than Stopping Power. So it kind of made it a game where it's a longer time to kill. And you pair that with like the hit detection from a Treyarch game, and it was just slower than Call of Duty 4. Not saying that's a good or bad thing. That's just like an opinion of mine, I guess. I'm not telling you what to think. But the kill streaks, they did switch it up. And that's just something that I didn't like was the airstrike. Now, the airstrike sucked balls compared to the one in Call of Duty 4. It was called an artillery strike, actually, if I do remember correctly. And it just had like a mortar fire come down, and it had an area of effects, just like COD 4. But I swear it barely killed any people at all. And it didn't have a hit marker sound either, it's just a little thing, but I like when I go back to Call of Duty 4 and you just hear the hit markers when the bombs come down. It's pretty sweet. And not to mention, it was the most loud and annoying thing, and it lasted forever. It probably lasted a good 10-15 seconds of just a squealing and bombs away, and it's really distracting and stuff. Something they did get right, in my opinion, were the dogs, because the chopper from COD 4 is really good. Whatever, you have to take it out with an RPG. But in World at War, you had multiple dogs, not just like one chopper you had to worry out for. It could take out your whole team at once. It didn't have to focus on one person, switch on to the next. And the thing I liked about World at War better than Black Ops 1 or 2 or even Ghost was the dog did not have like auto aim insta kill. It was a 2-hit kill from a dog. When it hit you, it did like 99 damage or whatever. And then you can see right here I'm having a knife fight with it, and he keeps on missing, I keep on missing. So you can dodge out of the way of a dog, you could sit in a corner, take him out, and it's a 2-hit kill. So dogs are really good, but then they made them, they pulled them back, they gave them some weaknesses, all that good stuff. So they balanced that out. Some stuff I didn't like was the innovation again from Call of Duty 4. Not a lot of new perks. Didn't have more kill streaks, and you didn't have many more weapon attachments. That you had a weird aperture sight instead of a red dot sight, but let's be real, that's just a sight. Nothing too big, but something that I really did enjoy, and I also forgot to say it about in the COD 4 video, and I did enjoy it in World at War as well, is the campaign is fantastic. Call of Duty 4 kind of had like I guess this like grayish brown color palette scheme thing. You see we pull off the victory right there, and it was kind of like dreary, but I feel like it wasn't supposed to be. It was kind of supposed to feel, I mean, obviously Modern Warfare, but World at War, that was World War II. Everything was supposed to be bombed out, gray, smoke and everything like that, and they did a really good job with that, and it just gave it a really good atmosphere. It made you feel like it was an actual war. because the gore in the game. I was actually surprised when I picked up World at War and I got killed by an artillery strike, and the bottom half of my body just completely blew off because I was so used to playing Modern Warfare 2 and stuff like that. Where you get blown up by a noob tube and you just kind of fall over. So I love that the gore was in there. I kind of wish that they'd bring it back. But Call of Duty does, tend to try to sell to, a bunch of 12, 13, 14-year-olds as well as the adults. So if you put a ton of gore in the game, you'd lose a bunch of your audience. And then, of course, zombies. That's just a huge part of, every Treyarch game. It started off as a little side project someone decided to do, and it was just like an Easter egg for once you finish the campaign. And it was really basic. The first level is, nothing much to it. You just had a box of random weapons, and you kill zombies. And then eventually, in the DLC, which was totally worth it if you're a Zombies fan, they added a bunch of perks, a bunch of new maps. And, the DLC for World at War is probably some of the most worthwhile DLC if you're into the game. Not even for the multiplayer maps, but just the Zombies maps. I mean, back in the day, some of you may not be Zombies fans now, but you have to admit, that was just something cool. It was definitely new and unique that, had a great feel to it that not many other games could bring. And it was really addicting, so addicting that they had to make new maps for it, and, they brought it to Black Ops 1 and stuff like that. Of course, one of the worst things about World at War is the gun I'm using right there, the MP40, and if you got one headshot up close with stopping power is a one-shot kill, which is just completely lame and overpowered, and they never fixed it. So it's pretty much like a sniper rifle with 64 bullets, and it's a submachine gun, so that makes sense. And then one thing that I enjoyed a lot was the voice acting. When you start a match and they're telling you to get to work and team deathmatch and all that stuff. Those guys were awesome. And then you're also just your teammates when they shouted out stuff. I think it brought a pretty good environment. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys on the next one. And then, of course, just because it wouldn't be a Nate Figs 10 commentary without forgetting something, I just would like to say that, a lot of the positives that COD 4 did have, were in World at War. I just didn't mention them because it'd be repetitive, and I did thoroughly enjoy this game, not going to lie. I didn't think it was a bad game or anything like that. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was really enjoyable as long as you don't run into hackers or anything and get a good connection. That's pretty much it. So anyway, see you guys on the next one.
We have lost the lead! Artillery is in position!